Prepare yourselves for part 4 of the untold story of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Viewers' discretion is advised. Zachariah Walker's life should have ended that day hiding in that cherry tree. But Walker miraculously survived the shot, with the bullet allegedly piercing through his head and tearing through one of his eyes. Walker was then rushed to the Coatesville police station to be examined by Dr. Artemis Carmichael, who stated Walker would survive the gunshot wound but would need to undergo a speedy surgery. Meanwhile, large crowds began lining the streets and pressing towards the building in hopes to receive information about Walker's condition, all in sake of seeking revenge. Walker was then transported to the Coatesville Hospital in the west end of town to quickly receive medical attention. Once Walker made his way into the building, mobs then began marching their way to the hospital from the Brandywine Fire Company on First Avenue. By the time they made it to the hospital, rumors were spreading around the mob that they were going to transfer Walker over to Westchester for further examination. This infuriated the mob when they saw a horse-drawn ambulance at the hospital's entrance. When the mob threw open the doors to see Zach Walker's body not there, some started pulling handkerchiefs over their faces and began forcing their way into the hospital. As they approached Walker's room, hospital staff and only one officer tried everything in their power to stop them from continuing to enter, calling the police, the priest, doctors, or anyone they could get. But the mob outside had cut the telephone lines, with nothing deterring the mob from fulfilling their bloodlust. With his right foot still cuffed to the hospital bed, Walker was then dragged out of the hospital as thousands loosed a mighty cheer outside the building, many shouting, "Lynch him! Burn him!" and also praised the leaders of the mob as marshals of the town. As the mob made their way up the road, many more men, women, and children joined the mob, ironically being dismissed fresh out of a church service. Nobody once tried to prevent the lynching. Some even stood guard over Walker as others tore fences and brought hay and straw for a funeral pyre. When the flames were ignited, Walker desperately pleaded with the mob, yelling, "For God's sake, give me a chance! I killed Rice in self-defense! Don't give me no crooked death because I'm not white!" But they only hooted and jeered their denial and then thrusted Walker onto the fire. While the chains were melting away from the hospital bed, Walker tried 3 times to summon up all his energy to break free with flesh hanging off his limbs. But the mob grabbed fence rails, pitchforks, and anything they could find to thrust Walker back into the fire. With one last terrible wail for intervention, Walker took his last breath, then passed away. The story continues.